or to come across, but maybe that's just how I was feeling. So yeah, I don't want this video to turn into anything like that. So I am filming during the day, so you're probably gonna hear cars and whatnot, but I just want to quickly show you. Look at these cute little Oreo earbuds. Aren't they just precious? The only thing is, I don't know which is left or right until I check. We're just gonna dive in. I really need to put chapstick on so bad. My lips have been so chapped, and I recently discovered the original chapstick. I can't remember ever using this, and I am obsessed. I feel like I only remember like getting the medicated one or like flavored ones growing up, and I don't remember using this, but yeah, it's the best. I love it so much. So yeah, that's what I'm throwing on. But since my lips are so chapped, here, do you want some? Since my lips are so chapped, I am also going to put some of this on, and it's not actually peppermint chapstick. It's not that. This is probably gross, but I can't really see it, it's getting kind of low. I have another kind of lip treatment. It comes in this. Oh, there's my stomach, sorry. It comes in this like black metal like tube, and it's one of those ones where once you open the cap it just starts pouring out, so I keep that other chapstick container to just put some in the cap, so I'm not constantly opening that and it going everywhere and wasting it. But yeah, that's the combo I've been using for my severely chapped lips, and I've been liking it. So I gotta make sure I'm not like chatting and not doing things, and I apologize for looking down constantly, but that's just where all of my stuff is. So I'm going to, nothing new, take this primer and put it on my face. You might be able to hear my dog snoring in the background, but I find that soothing. I hope you do too. I'm gonna throw this on my face. My lips have been chapped, my skin has been horrible, like scaly, so gross. So let me just open up something that has a mirror. So any sort of moisture I can get, it's honestly still not enough, but at least it's something. So yeah, I have that on, and then I'm going to just throw a very small amount of this Kat Von D or KVD. Good Apple foundation on. So I had to stop really quick, but I'm going to put some of this Good Apple foundation when I'm in my hate phase with this. Right now, it's always like I'm back and forth on it, but I'm gonna throw some of that on. I'm gonna pair it with some setting spray and use my sponge. Nothing crazy. So let me get that going while this other car passes. So yeah, I kind of just, like I said, wanted to do more of a positive, relaxed type situation. I'll just spray this really quick. This stuff smells like straight up candy. It's a lot, but I mean, it smells good, but it's a lot. So let's get to this working in. I'm not trying to look flawless or anything. Like I said, I'm just doing errands, but yeah, I figured I would pop in and kind of talk. I know I said I was gonna kind of dive more into like the mental health issues that I've been struggling with, but sorry, my phone just beeped there. I tried filming a video last night of like trying to discuss a little bit more, and I just can't. Not like it's super upsetting for me to talk about anything. It's just I don't really know how to articulate like what's going on, what I'm going through. And again, as I was trying to film it, it all just sounded like I was complaining, or I don't know. There was a lot of pauses and things not coming out or across the way that I'm feeling them. So I don't know. I think once I kind of figure things out more, or if something changes, I can talk about them more. But for now, kind of like what I was talking about in my year recap is it's just been tough. Like the past few months, the end of 2025 has been rough for me mentally, and for a lot of my loved ones. Like mental and physical health has been an issue. That's why I took a break for about a straight month there, like starting Halloween and like a straight month, like all through November. I had just like a very high, my anxiety was just through the roof. It constantly felt like I was just on the edge of like having a mental breakdown. I'm no longer that high strung every single day. It's now more so the point where it's kind of like a flip of a switch. I'm like right back there, but it's not every single day, so that's nice. But yes, I am looking into, there's some like doctor's appointments. I just haven't been taking care of myself is what it comes down to. So I'm trying to just make plans, set things in motion. Oops, sorry if that was loud. And kind of work on that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a concealer. This is just my coffee one that I love in Bad Batum, or however you say that. I just feel in a better place than I did, and again, it's probably because I'm coming down from that high of just extreme anxiety, like everything's extreme. I'm gonna pop a little bit on. So yeah, I'm trying not to allow myself to get comfortable and be like, oh, my problems, like, it's something I don't have to deal with, because it is something I have to deal with. I've had these anxieties ever since I was like young school days. I've had these issues, and they get worse as I get older. So still kind of being vague, but like my anxiety revolves around like 3 main senses, which is like my eyesight, my hearing, and like feeling. So like physically feeling vibrations. Those are like 3 ones that have been driving me insane, and it's difficult, or it has been difficult, because I feel like they're a little irrational. Like, it's not that anybody else who experiences what I experience is like crazy or irrational. Like, why? It's just I feel that way about myself. I have a lot of loved ones that are going, struggling with anxiety and depression right now for real life problems, or what I view in my eyes as real life problems, tangible things that are going on in their life, where I'm like, yes, of course you would be struggling right now. Anybody would, with what you're going through. And I just feel, or I've felt, and I do feel a little bit alone in how I'm feeling, and my anxiety is like where I'm at with it, because they're not those sort of problems. It's like, I just feel like, for lack of a better word, just crazy. Like, I have these irrational anxieties, and I feel like I can't get to the root cause of them. Like, phone anxiety, which is one of my anxieties. It's not one of the ones I've been like really struggling with, but it is one of my anxieties, and the root cause of that is just, I've never liked talking on the phone. I feel like I associate phones with like bad news, and I don't like to appear like I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't like to ask people for help, things like that. So like, that one makes sense to me. Is it still like, do people still make fun of me for it, or like look down on me for having it? Sure. But the way to get through that is to just pick up the phone and do it, and deal with any like anxiety and emotions that come with that, and kind of work through that. So that one I know, but the other ones that I've been dealing with, like my senses, anxieties, I just don't know how to deal with them. I don't know the root cause. I don't know how to get through it. And yeah, I know there's like anxiety techniques that you can use, but I just don't feel like those tools are really working for me. Again, I've never really been to therapy. Like, I've been to the doctors for like certain anxiety things, and they'll just give you medicine and like tell you to get help. But yeah, like, again, not trying to dive too much in anything, because I just can't really, I feel like I'm not making sense, but my camera died, so sorry about that. What was I saying? I guess all I'm saying is there's some changes on the horizon. As the older I get, the more I'm like, I can not handle this on my own anymore. I need to get new tools, and just figure out like what's causing this, or even if there's not a root cause, just how to deal with it when it comes up. Because I've just, like I said, the October all of November was just very, very rough. And yeah, I don't like the path that I was going down with my mental health. And I want to say like 6 or 7 years ago, I had like a tiny little mental breakdown. For again, just like irrational things. And I feel like once you have one of them, like even if it's small, like who's to judge how big or tiny one is, but like once you go through something like intense with your anxiety and your depression, you don't ever want to go back there. And I just feel like I just have a worry of like going back there. Nobody wants to have a mental breakdown. Nobody wants to feel like crazy or anything. And I feel crazy. And so I was just dealing with that. And then I had a lot of family who were dealing with things as well. I had just family problems in general on top of everything. And yeah, I needed to take a break. It was tough because ASMR, filming videos and all that is my hobby. But even that I couldn't really do without getting anxious, because it was like I'm hyper fixating on sound when I'm editing, and that was not good for me, again, because my hearing is such an anxiety point to me for certain sounds. And like once you're fixated on hearing, then it just like I spiraled. So I was like, I can't even do ASMR. So yeah, right now, again, I hope it is this even a positive video. I'm feeling a lot better since I'm not in that high state that I was. And I'm getting plans in place. So I hope this isn't coming across as like rambly, weird, woe is me type situation. Yeah, I'm working on things, I guess. Toma, my dog, who's like over there sleeping, he has some health issues that I was trying to figure out. So I feel like I've kind of gotten him to a point where we know what's going on. It's just allergies for the most part. So I have him on an allergy shot. So he's kind of sorted, and now I'm like, okay, now I gotta switch my focus to myself. I can't have excuses. I can't keep using excuses. So looking into therapy, looking into setting up just also like actual appointments that I keep pushing off for myself. Like it's been 3 years since I've been to the eye doctor, and a lot of my like seeing anxiety can be not fixed, but some of the issues that I'm having can be fixed from getting my correct prescription eyeglasses and, fixing my contact strength and all that. So it's like, why not start there? And then I can get rid of some of that anxiety and then focus on my other, like, vision anxieties. And then, like, going to the doctor, and, like, for the past few weeks now, I feel I've had like some sort of ear infection. And again, what is that playing into? That's playing into my hearing anxiety. Fix that, and then you can get rid of some issues, and then I can fix like other things. And so things like that, I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? You're already so anxious with these like 3 senses. You need to go and make appointments and start getting things set up so you're not feeling like this so you don't feel like you're gonna fall back into like an anxiety depression hole and have it be this whole thing. So I'm feeling optimistic about that. So I guess that's all I'm really gonna say about my mental health. I'm just gonna put some blush on. Again, because I don't really have an update or anything. That's just kind of been a very brief, hopefully, probably vague overview of what's going on. I don't want anyone to worry about me or anything. I do have people that I can talk to. It's just, you can only talk so much. Eventually you need to start taking steps if talking's not solving anything, so, you need some tools. So, yeah, now I feel like I'm in an okay place to start filming again, and it feels good to have a hobby as opposed to just working and then sitting there and kind of like spiraling, and also trying to keep myself distracted so I don't spiral, things like that, and the days just blur together in not a great way. So I'm so happy to be back. And I guess the other thing that I said in my last video that I was going to talk about is, I feel like there's a hair on this, is my job. So I'm not going to be super negative about that either. I just kind of felt defeated. I found out, so in November, my job kind of sent an email out to the people in the position that I am in currently, stating like, hey, there's this opportunity coming up, please let us know if you're interested. And I was always told multiple times that I did not have to move on if I was not interested, and like that's just something that they don't do and things like that, to then turn around, so I disregard that email because of those conversations, and then a month later, 15 minutes before my shift ends, another email comes out saying I've been selected for this opportunity to do this new position, like one of 3 positions, and I have a week to get in my selection. That might not even be chosen, like they're gonna choose it for me. So I was chosen to do this. I'm being forced to do this, and I don't have full control of where I'm gonna go. So that was a bit of a blow on top of everything else that I've been dealing with. So I think I just took it hard to, 1, because I was lied to, and 2, just with everything else that I was dealing with, I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with this. Like, what am I gonna do? My viewpoint has since changed on it, because I guess there's just other things in my life that were like a priority of my stress. I was just worried. Again, I didn't want to do it. If I knew I had to do it, I'm the type of person that likes to over prepare, so I would have a year ago have started, shadowing people and seeing which path I wanted to take, as opposed to now only being given 3 restricted pathways. So I tried to jam all of that on these 3 pathways into 1 week, like shadowing and asking people in those positions a bunch of questions, things like that. So I feel better now. They all kind of seem equal in wherever they decide to place me. It kind of, I'm not like, oh, this one's probably gonna be the worst of the 3. They all seem just equal. So it was just a struggle at first for me. I don't know again, if I seemed like pretty negative in my last video about it, now I'm kind of just like, it is what it is, and let's go. So I'm still currently waiting to find out when, or like which pathway they have selected for me. I should find out when you're viewing this video. I should have found out this week, hopefully, so I will let you guys know kind of what goes on with that. But yeah, I think I was just a little bit worried of added stress on top of the state that I was already in. Again, when you're worried about like possibly having another breakdown or something like that, and then you get like a stress that you weren't anticipating, I was blindsided. It just made me worry even more, like, oof, how am I gonna get through this, and like, am I gonna have a job at the end of it? So but again, I feel a lot better. It wasn't just me, it was 8 other people as well who were being forced to do this. So you kind of take comfort. You don't feel as alone when there's other people also being told that they need to do something that they don't want to do. So yeah, I'm trying to just be optimistic about everything, and for that I tried to plan as much as I could to make a decision, and then once the decision is ultimately made for me, I am going to, sorry, my dog Toma is snoring hard over there. I have to ask him to move his position. I'm just gonna throw some powder over top. But yeah, once I figure out where I'm gonna go, I'm gonna just do a bunch more shadowing and side by sides just to prepare myself for what's coming and get through it, because ultimately I still really like my job. I don't want to lose my job, and yeah, that's where I'm at. So it should work out. I will try my hardest to make it work out. Just waiting on that news. So yeah, I feel like, I don't know if I said this earlier, but I want 2026 to just be I think it's gonna be a hard year, but I'm hoping at the end of it that I come out a lot better and that I'm proud of myself for making the changes that I need to, and kind of accepting the changes that were forced on me. I'm gonna go in with this like lighter brownie shade over here and just kind of put that over top of my blush. I just cleaned all of my brushes and I love that. It's such a great feeling to be working with clean brushes. So yeah, that's kind of just an update on where I've been, what I've been going through, and yeah, I hope that doesn't seem too severe or anything, and yeah, I don't know. So other than that though, I mean, not too much going in with this shade. Not too much else has happened. I did just watch the finale of Stranger Things. We watched that. Sorry, I'm like struggling with the sounds that everything's making right now. I feel like it's so loud, but I watched the finale of Stranger Things. New Year's Eve. So my partner and I, we just stayed home and like made a bunch of good food and watched that, and then we watched the ball drop. And yeah, I don't know, have any of you guys finished it yet? What are your thoughts? I'm kind of just, I'm a little torn. I feel like I'm a little disappointed. I think I'm gonna give it a little bit before I like fully talk about it, because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody that hasn't finished it yet. But yeah, I'm kind of curious what everybody else is thinking. I'm seeing mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people hate it. See, this is where it gets so difficult to film during the day, because my dog is just snoozing hard, and I do have to leave and all these cars and whatnot. But I did this to myself because I didn't like how my video last night turned out. As I said, I'm gonna take some of that same shade and just put it under my jawline. Because I have a double chin, a triple chin, and I need some definition there. I hope this video isn't like abruptly jumping all over the place. It's just very difficult to film during the day. But I'm not even sure what I have to cut out. And here comes a plane or a train or something. We're just going to talk through it at this point because I'm running out of time. Yeah, I'll probably discuss like my thoughts on Stranger Things a little bit more in depth because I have some opinions at a later time. And yeah, it kind of is what it is. So I'm just gonna throw that up here, and then I'm going to start on the eyes. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here and just put that on my outer corner. Yeah, probably, you know, nothing crazy to talk about the rest of this video. I feel like I kind of hopefully caught you guys up a little bit, maybe going a little bit more in depth than I did in my previous video, like I said that I would in this one. Just super happy to be back with you guys. Ready to start filming again. There's not really going to be any sort of change in what I film. Hopefully there's no change in, I got that in my eye, that hurt. How I film. But if there is, I do apologize. I feel like I took like a 2-month-long break. And I'm just, you always kind of feel like you're starting over a bit. But I will hopefully get us back. I'm just taking that under my eye too. If you guys have any sort of video that you want to see from me, let me know. I do want to try and start incorporating more of what you want to see, as opposed to waiting for like more subscribers. I feel like I'm maybe at my max subscriber level, so I don't think we're gonna see too much more growth on this channel. So I don't think I'm gonna have as much pressure as I thought I would on video requests. So yeah, shoot my way. I feel like it's, again, because I don't anticipate much growth, I feel like it's going to be easier to, you know, work in video requests. So yeah, let me know. And then I'm just going to take this brush here and go in with this shade here and kind of just blend that out a bit. In my last video, I realized I didn't say my outro correctly, which is funny. And I wonder if anybody noticed. Like, I think I forgot it altogether. Maybe not, maybe I'm remembering wrong. At this point in time, I haven't even edited that video. I'm filming all of this the weekend before you see that video. So I can't remember what I did the other night. But gotta remember that. I love a little, you know, outro. Things like that, something to be associated with. That's always fun. You can't anticipate what's going to be said. So I'm gonna take some glitter glue. Pop that on my eyes. Oop. Okay. Then I'm going to go in with this shade here. Kind of like an orangey, pinky shift. I'm going to put that all over the lid. And do that on the other side as well. Okay, and then I'm going to take this like white shade and put it on the inner corner. I forgot that this is more of like a yellow green thing, but it still works for the most part. So I'm gonna pop that there, pop a little bit of that other shade right underneath the eyes. And then I'm just gonna take my flesh, like a flesh tone, and buff that out a bit, which you guys know I normally do. So just kind of to blend it in the skin, make it look not as crazy in real life. Make it look the way that I want it to look. So I don't know if you can see that difference at all. You can definitely see it in real life. Or in person, however you want to say that. And yeah, like I said, it kind of just blends. If you're not careful, it can blend it away, but it kind of blends it away just a little bit, but also melts it into your skin a bit. So like the edges aren't as jarring, aren't as abrupt, as obvious. Then for lips, she has a lip combo that I do not normally wear. This one's by Fenty Beauty. It's a lip stain in Fuchsia Life. So I'm gonna pop that on for just a little bit because this is intense. I can see that. And I'm just now realizing I forgot to wipe my chapstick off. So I'm not sure how this will look. But we're certainly gonna give it a go. So some stayed, but not as much as usual. I'm not much of a lip stain person. I just got that in my Ipsy box, which I just canceled just to save some money and work through all the product that I currently have. But I will be going back to it when I can. Yeah. I'm just saying I wouldn't normally get a lip stain because I don't really think they work too well with my dry ass lips. But it's fun to try. So just using this ColourPop one, which I've come to love. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put my eyebrows on, which is here. So in the Modern Renaissance palette, which is just honestly a great palette. Once I'm actually through this, I am going to repurchase for sure. If no other reason than this, like, constantly, this is like an eyebrow palette. If you like shadow, like filling in your eyebrows with shadow, this just has it all. Like, it has like the warm taupe, probably mixed with some of that golden ochre, could be good for blondes. I used warm taupe and even some of cypress umber when I have my hair brown. Now that my hair is like this red color, I use a mixture of red ochre, real gar, however you say that, cypress umber, warm taupe. So like these shades here, this one, some of that one, and this one. Maybe sometimes I just do red ochre and real gar, the red and the orange. But I'm going to mix that up and I'm just gonna throw it in, and really all I'm doing is just giving some warmth to my brows. Just because with my hair color they end up looking a little cool toned, and I don't want that, so it doesn't have to be an exact match to my hair. So this one, so you can see like this one is, I dipped more into the red and the orange in here, so it's like, you could see how that works with this as opposed to this one, which I mean, it still could work, but I've always been like I've been more of a, like either darker or more matchy eyebrow person. I'm not crazy about like when they look lighter. I think it looks good on other people, but yeah, with this hair, I definitely feel a lot better when my brows are filled in. Because I just feel like when I don't have anything, it looks like I look a little washed out or something. But that's pretty much it. I'm gonna throw some mascara on. Again, all I'm doing is running some errands, and then I'll be home the rest of the day just cleaning and whatnot. So it doesn't have to look super professional or anything. Or like interesting or dramatic, I guess is what I mean. Not professional. My makeup never looks professional. Yep, there we go. And so I will take out these little clips. This clip's already broken, so I should just toss that. I got these little clips from Dollar Tree. Ooh, and I got some, let me just do a quick little Dollar Tree haul. So I got these pack of like little clips, ones I just showed you. I'm probably not going, no, yeah, I am. I'm gonna have to toss that one. I'm gonna make sure they're all okay actually real quick, and then I'll just toss any that aren't. Yeah, just like a 12-piece, and they come in this like brownie orange color, which I think is like supposed to be kind of like a tortoise type thing, and then just black. This one looks like I'm gonna have to toss because that just broke. Honestly, sometimes you do get what you pay for, and that can be a little disappointing. Other times, you know, you get some pretty like good hidden gems. You know, if I'm gonna be real with you guys, the clamp on this is still good. It's just missing a prong now, but like that doesn't stop it from clipping. So I'm going to actually keep that one. I take it back, and we'll just quickly test the other one. So that looks good. The clips look good. Or the prongs, that looks good. 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 Good for now. I feel like that one's probably gonna break in the future. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That's good. And that's good. Okay, so really only lost one there. I'll take it. And then I got these little clips as well. I thought they were cute. Yeah, I've kind of just been like into putting my hair back with little clips, and I don't have any. Like, I like the look of it, so I got these. I'm not going to test these right now because these have little bands on the back that I have to cut, so but yeah, it has like a green, kind of a gray, a pink, and a blue. So I got 2 of them, so I have 2 of the same color. And yeah, pretty cute. They're the, you know, growing up I used to always call that scrunchy, but it's like, I guess that's not it. It's like squincy. Who knows? Yeah. And then I got this headband. It's just this orange headband. I thought it was cute. I used to really like wearing headbands, so I mean it might clash with my hair color, but I don't really care about that. And then the last thing I picked up is this cute little eyelash holder. So it has a mirror up here, and then you can store 3 pairs. And what I currently use is just a little case that came with a pair of eyelashes, but it only holds 1, and it's just clear and not cute like this. And I saw this and I was like, yes, I need it. Look at that. I love, like, orange and blue together are my favorite colors, and this is like kind of like a minty bluey green with like orange. I just love it. That is so pleasing to my eyes. So pleasing. So I guess just an impromptu Dollar Tree haul there. But I'm going to run before the background noises get crazy. Here's just a quick look at the makeup. If it did capture differently on my camera or like on my phone camera, nothing crazy. Again, I'm just running errands. I probably look homeless for the most part, but yes, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed, and as always, I hope that you have the sweetest dreams, and I will see you all in my next video. Good night.